Okay, so here it is. It's done. It's somewhat broken. It's broken enough to where I can finish the video on it. Okay, it's 1.4 ohms of resistance. It's on a 1300 spinner at 3.3 volts. Okay, I've got the micro coil in there with the cotton wick, and basically, in a nutshell, it has made a seemingly, in my opinion, worthless atomizer, and it has turned it into something that is somewhat seemingly worth something, you know. The biggest disappointment after making this coil has been that I still taste a little bit of some sort of plastic, and I don't know if it's just the MT3 or if it will be present on the T3S as well. Okay, it just, see the plastic around here, it just reminds me, this like rubberized coating, it just reminds me as if I was heating this up. It's just like the taste of this seems to be in the juice somehow, and it's probably a rubber grommet, something of that sort, inside the atomizer. So, or clearomizer. So it's like, I mean, you can go for it if you want to. If you want better than stock form, then go for it. If it's all you got, maybe you got some stuff around to rebuild with, or maybe you just want to mess around. But as far as, do I recommend this stuff? No, I don't recommend this stuff. Do I like this stuff? No, I don't like this stuff. Would I ever pay money to buy this stuff? No, I wouldn't pay money to buy this stuff. I got this one for free. I got a red one for free. I got this one for free. I did a co-op, okay, and I wasn't actually even in the co-op. I just knew who did the co-op for the T3 when they first came out. They were genuine Kangers, and all this hype about this junk. And then, so I decided that I would buy what was left of the co-op, okay? And so there was just a few left. I think there was like 3 of them left. I ended up using one and selling off the other 2, or giving them away or something, okay? And so the entire time I haven't liked them. Did I like the EVOD? I did like the EVOD for a minute. Okay, it looked pretty darn handsome on top of the spinner just because it's a little bit smaller. Okay, I just like the looks of it. But look, you know, it's broken. So that's enough to say about that, you know. I mean, that's all said. So let me just show you what it's like to vape the stock T3S, which is exactly the same thing as the MT3 except for the aesthetics that are obvious differences, okay? It's really easy to see what the differences are in these, okay? They're the exact same height. They got differences in knurling, okay? Differences in the name. The tank is colored. It's easier to see your juice, which I kind of like that a little better. The see-through drip tip, which I like a little bit better. Okay, so this one seems to me like something like a sneaky Pete kind of thing, or something that you have to just stress a little harder to see the juice. Okay, so here we go. Let me show you this thing. This is stock form. It's got a tiny bit of juice in there that hasn't leaked out yet. So let's give it a go. We'll start low and work up high. There was an initial gurgle there. Do I taste some plastic? Yeah, I taste a little bit of plastic. I'll just jump her on up to 3.8, save a little time. Coming to life a little bit more. Even a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and break off from there, because I've used it enough to know what it's like, and it lets me down every time. So what happens? Why does it let me down? It lets me down because it seems like it should be turned up more, and you should get more flavor from your juice. You should be able to create more vapor. okay? And it doesn't do any of that for you. And then when you turn it up high enough, you just get a burnt taste and it dries out. Okay, so that's why it lets me down, and that's just how it is. It just doesn't perform well at all, no matter what you have the voltage set at. If you're one of those vapors that you don't like to see a whole lot of vapor come out when you exhale, you don't like to taste your juice, you know, go for it if that's what it's about for you. But for me, it's not. I can't deal with that. Okay, the vaping world has come a lot further than that. Okay, so I just can't. I can't recommend it. I can't like it. It's just impossible. So here it is, the rebuild, somewhat broken, and we'll give this a go. Pretty good. That's 3.3 volts at 1.40. Let's try 4 volts. Okay, it's pretty much acting the same the entire time. I'm tasting a little bit of that rubber, like I said before. I'm getting a little bit of gurgle, so I'll probably have to add some more cotton or some silica to it if I decide to use it anymore. As far as the taste changing with more heat, it's not doing anything for me. Okay, it's just tasting a little bit warmer or a little bit cooler. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is that really no matter what you do to these things, you cannot get them to vape the way that they should vape. Okay, it's impossible, and I think that I've proved that here. Just for shits and grins, let's just go ahead and keep going up. Let's go up to 4.3 volts and see what happens. So we're maxed out, 4.8 volts. So there you go. Runs good with any voltage you throw at it. So that is a good thing. Earlier during the tutorial, I mentioned something about the magnet not holding the positive post of the MT3 very good. Okay, which means that it's made out of probably some tap metal and maybe has a little bit of steel in there somehow in order for it to stick to the magnet. But it's just not that conductive, okay? And the reason that I know for a fact that it's not that conductive, one, the magnet test, for two, it just always gets hot right here. And it doesn't really matter what voltage you have it at, it gets warm down here at the connection. It's because it's not making a good connection, okay? Now, obviously, the hotter that you get it, the warmer it's going to get at the connector.